Hi, this is Kai, and this is another Transformer review, and today I got from Revenge of the Fallen, Bumblebee. Also, this is a part of the Buzzworthy line, so it's just a bunch of different Bumblebees. Basically like Studio Series, but Bumblebee. That's really what it is. It's really like, here, we can do a bunch of these other characters, but Bumblebee. So yeah, it's fun. But let's take a quick look at the background here. We have a very cool looking background. Looks like we got the pyramids in the back there, got some blaster fire going off, and looks like we might have a military tank on the side there, and we got some basic ruins. So obviously, very Revenge of the Fallen. So, pretty cool. And now let's take a closer look at these little guys, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So it looks like this might be Sam Witwicky. I don't know, I can't tell too well. This little figure right here doesn't have much, even though it is quite detailed on the clothes. It's not gonna focus, come on. There we go. But if you can kind of see there's like ripples and stuff on the clothes. So that is detailed, but the face and the hands are, yeah, they're not that good. So I'm gonna assume this is Sam, but I honestly have no idea. It could be anybody. But let's look at the little blaster that comes with it as well. This is obviously would be Bumblebee's stinger, I do believe. So that looks very nice, just standard. But now let's take a closer look at the figure himself. Because of course, what else are we here for? So let's get right into the actions of this figure. So he has pretty good movement on the arms, as you can see there. His head moves, his wings move, he can nearly touch his toes. His legs move okay. He got a pretty good spread. And as I said before, a closer look at this figure here. As you can see there, I looked over a lot of his movements. Excuse me. I looked over a lot of his movements. But of course, as I said, his legs, they move pretty okay. I was surprised to figure out he does have an ankle joint right there, so that's pretty good. And his toes move, even though they're a little weak. Like, you're not going to be able to pose him like that. Well, I don't think you'd pose any Transformer like that, but you're not. His ankles are very weak. Like, you're not going to be able to get him into any dramatic poses or anything. And also his waist does not move at all. Like, probably the most you get is that, and then his head can't, well, of course now it does, but he can't really move his head up too well. It slowly goes down afterwards. But he does have pretty good movement from side to side. His chest moves up and down a little bit, but that's mainly because of transformation there. And, yeah. He's not an amazing figure, and I feel like that's where the Buzzworthy series is gonna kind of go. They're the cheaper figures. They're the figures that you buy for your kids. Because they go, oh, Bumblebee. And then you buy them for your kids. Like, this is meant for probably not little kids, but probably the 7 to 8-year-old bracket, maybe a little bit older. But this is not meant for, like, collectors and stuff like that. But I would say if you're looking for some figures that you want to do, like, dioramas with or customize, these ones are probably pretty good to go with because, as I said before, I think they are a bit cheaper than the Studio Series, because Studio Series are really nice figures for the most part. And so you will be able to pose them and you could customize them because they're fairly easy to take apart and stuff like that. So say definitely if you're looking into like customizing Transformers or dioramas where you're gonna like freeze them in place, these ones might be a good one to go with. But you'll probably have to use your standard weapons. And also, I didn't mention, but his wrists do not move. His wrists do not move at all. So that's why I'm saying that probably these are good figures for dioramas if you're looking for cheap figures to customize and freeze in place. And there's his gun there. But let's transform him. Maybe his car is a little bit better. So here he is, all transformed. And I do gotta say, I do like his car form a lot better than his robot form. Say what you want about like the Studio Series, the Michael Bay Transformer toys, but I do gotta say they do make really nice, like, vehicle transformations. Like if the seams lines were more seamless, like you would just think that was a normal car, like a normal toy car. Like, I always really liked the car transformations, and they're playable. Like they roll around really well. They just roll around really well, and then you can do whatever you want with them. And he's pretty packed in there, so you can't really tell too much other than a little bit of his forearm peeking out right there. So I do gotta say that I'm very happy with the car form. Not as happy with the robot mode. I did figure out that you can twist his waist, but it's like a clicking mechanism. So you need to twist him really hard, and then you click it, and then you think you broke him. And then you figured out that you could twist his waist. So figured out that, and yeah. So what would I rate him? Because his robot mode, even though it looks really nice, and I think it would be really good for dioramas and stuff like that. The robot mode, paint job's okay. I'll give him let's go average. 5 out of 10 Autobot symbols, because I feel like that's fair. Because the robot mode had a lot of problems with it, but the car mode is very, very nice. So I'd say, yeah, 5 out of 10 Autobot symbols. So I guess that is all.